This is Expert to Expert, connecting industry practitioners and educators from ESC Region 11 and the CTE CCMR team.
So my name is Shelby Lampley, and I work at the Region 11 Center as the nurse manager. And whenever I came here, I came in as the nurse leader through a grant project from COVID funding, and we're helping school nurses really learn what best practices are, perform to those best practices, helping kiddos with access to healthcare in the rural communities. And then school districts without school nurses, we're helping them build a health services program and how to go about health needs of students and staff when there is no nurse. One of the things I'm really enjoying now is just the consultant role, and I'm helping people on the front line taking care of those patients, work through some problems that they're having or work through scenarios, and so I get to help the helper. It's been a really cool transition from, the very beginning to now. And it's a little non-traditional path than what some people take. But I think that's kind of the beauty of nursing in general. There's so many paths that you can take. And within healthcare in general, there's so many paths and different things you can do. So whenever I was in high school, I had a job from 16. I was in the work program. And I thought, well, I guess I better figure out what I'm going to do and what I want my career to be forever. I picked nursing because there are so many different things you can do within nursing. And like I said, I didn't want to feel stuck to one thing in particular. So I started, nights, weekends, online college, at a community college. And then I finally got accepted into a nursing program for a community college, which means it was a 2-year program. And when I graduated, I got my associate's degree in nursing, but I knew I wanted to continue, and most employers need your bachelor's in nursing to continue. So I started an online RN to BSN, or Bachelor of Nursing program. And then I got a job as a school nurse and kind of went from there. So nursing profession is still growing at a rapid pace, and it's projected that they still need about 200,000 nursing jobs between now and 2026. So still a very developing job role. And I think it's going to continue to be that way for, the foreseeable future. We are just coming out of the pandemic, and as our population grows and people are living longer, they have more health needs and they're going to need extra support. So I really encourage students just to talk to all kinds of different people in the healthcare industry and figure out, hear what they like, what they might want to do that aligns with them. As you start getting older and really deciding that this is what you want to do, then I recommend shadowing. There are so many places that will let you just come and job shadow to see what it's like day in and day out. And then in school, there's definitely clubs and classes that you can be involved in. Whether that is the HOSA program with CTE, and they go into the hospitals and help and shadow in the school day, whether it's taking an anatomy class and just learning the parts of the body, because you're going to need that in college and beyond as well. So maybe you take like a nutrition science class, and that can prepare you for, again, college classes as well. And not all nurses work in the hospital. So maybe you want to be a nurse that's in a sports medicine clinic, or maybe you want to be a nurse that works at Disney World or on a helicopter. There's just so many different avenues and a lot of applicable classes and clubs. There's a lot of stepping stones before becoming a nurse if that's what someone chooses to do. And there's a ton of programs that help bridge everything together. So some of the main things can be a CNA, a certified nurse assistant, or a certified medical assistant, a CMA. And those are certificate programs that you can do at a university, at a community college, or even at a technical school. And as you move up, you can become, a licensed vocational nurse or an LVN, which is a great stepping stone into a registered nurse role. Once you get all of that stuff, then you can move into the RN program. Like I said, they do bridge. So LVN to RN is just an additional year for the LVNs already. Whereas I had to go to school for 2 years in my program to get my RN. And then as you go on to get your BSN, you learn, the research side of things and how to conduct those assessments and whatnot. You can start anywhere and decide, choose your own journey. So you can start right at university, do all 4 years, graduate with your bachelor's, sit for your RN license, and be on your way. Now, I started a BSN program, and, I failed the first time I went through it. And so I stopped, and I enrolled in a new BSN program, and I did that one in a year and a half, at my own pace. But there's so many different options, and it doesn't have to go linear, and it doesn't have to do, you don't have to do certified nurse assistant, LVN, RN. You can do whichever is best for you and your family. I started my very first job with CVS Pharmacy. I also worked in a hospital in the dietary office. I would take meals up to patients, and I got exposed to, a hospital setting, nurses on the floor, kind of watch some of the things that they did. And whenever you're in nursing school, there's a lot more opportunities for, being a care assistant on the floor, being really immersed within the setting. But as far as high school students and lower, I really think job shadowing and then those individual, like the pharmacy or nursing home jobs, are a great stepping stone. I think not only this field, but so many fields, number one is communication, right? You think all breakdown happens because of a lack of communication or misunderstood communication. So I always encourage extra communication classes, and then just watching people. You don't always have to respond. You can kind of listen to different responses and see what the mood is, or see if someone, has said something that maybe you don't agree with, but someone else is going to teach you how to kind of have a difference of opinion just by talking it through. Dealing with hard situations. So the first time you have to give someone bad news and not make an emotion on your face and listen to the things that have happened to them or the things that they're going through. And I also think social skills in general, such as manners and etiquette and, looking someone in their eyes when you're speaking, and please and thank yous and ma'ams and sirs, and having some of the social skills of older generations can help out. Nurses have consistently won the Gallup poll for most trusted profession for 23 total years, and 21 of those years have been in a row. And I also want to say nursing is not just a woman's job. Guys can get in there and do it too. About 40% of nurses work outside of the hospital settings, and there's over 4 times more RNs than every doctor that is there. So nurses are the largest healthcare profession, and it's still growing.
This has been Expert to Expert, connecting industry practitioners and educators